Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers. We're going to be taking on Sjarnan just now in the UEFA Champions League qualifier. Obviously after our 6-0 victory in Iceland, we're going to go out of this one with some young boys, giving them some game time. We're also of course going to be playing in this episode, if we just take a look across here, Queen of the South in the League Cup second round. So we're going to see some rotational players get some game time in this one. Sjarnan just now of course will be getting a lot of rotational game time. Haksabanovic will be coming off the bench. Jan Bednarczyk I suppose can come onto the bench. Tim Gallagher, is he ready to come back? He is indeed, so Tim Gallagher will come in for Liam Henderson. Wes Foderingham can get game time. Danny Finlayson's going to Malta on loan, so he can come in for Cardoso just now. Jordan Rossiter is wanted by Blackburn on loan, but he'll be playing today in our midfield along with Ryan Jack. Bednarczyk will come on for Byram, and then Houston will drop back to the right back role and Bednarczyk can play as the winger. Murray Wallace will remain out of the team. Andy Gilmore will come in to partner Finlayson. Zach Rudden can come onto the bench for Sam Byram, no real point in him being on there. Michael O'Halloran is not quite ready to return yet. Odsonne Edouard can get 45 minutes, so might as well leave Odsonne Edouard on the bench. And other than that, I think we're going to go with the same thing. So in fact, no, we're not going to start Morelos. We'll start Zach Rudden, I suppose, as a target man up front. He needs to score, big Zach, and really needs to do some impressing. So the team, to summarise, will be Foderingham, Houston, Finlayson, Gilmore, Mitchell, Rossiter, Jack, Bednarczyk, Gallagher, Afif and Rudden. Or will it be Afif? Can we have do we have an option on changing Afif? Do you know what we do? What we're going to do, where's Maximiliano Oliveira comes in for Afif, he'll drop back and Mitchell can play as a winger. So there we go, far from our first choice team, but obviously with a 6-0 advantage and playing at Ibrox, I think we'll probably just squeak through. I want you to pick up where you left off last time. I don't want to put too much pressure on them, they're just young boys. We'll encourage them from the off. Rudden to Jack to Gallagher. Here we go. Hopefully a nice positive performance in the young boys again. Some of them will retain their positions in the squad while we take on Queen of the South. So anybody who impresses today will definitely be on the team sheet for that Queen of the South game. Hopefully Gilmore can play. I see Gilmore long term going to be in that central defensive role. Here comes Sjarnan to start. Magnuson, it's whipped in away by Oliveira, who's actually injured. It does break to Mitchell, races by his man forward to Rudden, holding it up, the young man goes all the way back to Ryan Jack. See, there was a break on there and Rudden's played too negatively for me in that one. Gallagher picking it up now, pings it forward. It's a terrible pass, but it is pinched by Oliveira. Mitchell to Gallagher. Play a better ball this time, son. Keeps it simple to Bednarczyk. Knocks it long quickly. It's cut out, but Rossiter wins it back. Go to Houston. Bednarczyk to Houston. Can he whip it in for Rudden here? He stands it up. Rudden rises and heads it in. Zach Rudden assisted by Jordan Houston. Two academy boys combining. And it's 1-0 Rangers about the 20th minute. Just the 7-0 on aggregate so far. But of course, it's going to get a lot harder when we get to the playoff round. All the qualifiers we have, and I just want to make sure I get this 100% right. I think we might have Galatasaray, but let's make sure I'm right on that one. We will have Champions League qualifier. Champions playoff. Olympiakos. Olympiakos, of course it is. I knew it was a team that would provide us a tough challenge, but I reckon that we could beat Olympiakos. Certainly meet that description as well. As Oliveira will launch that deep for Rudden. Can he beat the defender, but it will break to Jack and Rossiter. We've got so many options in that midfield, possibly needing to sell one or two permanently actually. Rossiter's done well start of the season, but then everyone's done well at the start of the season because we've been playing these relatively easy qualifying games. Although it is knocked in behind with a chance here. Lots of defenders back, but a shot comes in and goes into the side net, and it was Foderingham's goal there. It is a goal kick, but a bit of a warning. We obviously want to win the game as well, keep our string of victories going. And it looks like we will have a half-time lead, 1-0, provided by Zach. Oh, no, possibly 2. Bednarchik delivering it. Gallagher goes down, penalty given. And Jordan Rossiter will step up to take. Looking for 2-0 half-time. Jordan Rossiter in front of a packed Ibrox crowd. For 2-0. Rossiter. Oh, it's not saved by the goalkeeper. I thought for a second he was going to keep that out. Rossiter's actually put it through him for his 3rd goal of the season so far, Jordan Rossiter. Obviously he's playing against teams that were absolutely humiliating, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and he's done very well the times that he's played so far this season. Who will we throw on now, I wonder? Maximiliano Oliveira's injured. Mitchell can come back, but then can anybody play in Mitchell's spot? No, not really. Houston can't really do anything else either. Do we just nurse Oliveira through the game maybe? Although a knee injury, maybe we'll need to come off. We'll take him off for Fabio Cardoso, who we'll put into the middle. We'll make it 3 at the back. We'll take Houston off for Jamie Burr-Jonas, and we'll make it a 3 in the middle. It's not exactly a very good looking formation. It's very, very top heavy, but considering we're 8-0 up, I think it should be alright. Cardoso just in the middle of the 2 young boys there, helping them out during the game. 7.0 for Gilmore today, doing very well. As Bednarchik finds Burr-Jonas, knocks it long, doesn't find Rudden, it's over the top. Away by Finlayson, good play. Although here's a chance possibly for Sjarnan. Davidson stands it up at the back stick, and it's hit the post, but the rebound is in by Briggeson. Not great, but they need another 7, so I think we'll be alright. Gallagher hasn't impressed today, but he's only a young boy, so he's allowed an off game. Van Hardson puts it in. Mitchell tracking back, good play. Although that's a bit poor there, the defending. It's too easy, and Wes Fodringham has to deny the Sjarnan equaliser. And since changing to that 3 at the back, it's obviously left us way open. And for the next 20 minutes, we're going to go Odsonne Edouard up front for Zach Rudden, who's got a pretty poor rating despite having actually scored the goal. Jack to Burr-Jonas now, and Jack Rossiter, let's unlock this defence. Bednarchik, who hasn't really taken a run at many defenders, picks it up now. Oh, it's a good ball that actually. Rossiter in for Rudden for his 2nd of the game. Zach Rudden, actually let's cancel the changes then. We don't want to take the boy off when he's on a hat-trick. Who will we take off then? Do you know, we'll take off Mitchell for Odsonne Edouard, and we'll go with a 3 up front. Bednarchik can kind of do it. He can be a deep lying forward. Odsonne Edouard can be a target man support. Zach Rudden can be a target man attack, and we'll just go super narrow on the formation and play it that way. Obviously these formations are ugly as sin. It's just about getting the boys game time early on in the season. Davidson for Sjarnan, playing it to Eldson, but it's easy for Burr-Jonas. Cardoso, Jack, move it quickly up towards Rudden. Can he flick in Odsonne Edouard? Flicks it down to Edouard, and Gallagher, hit it son. No, Bednarchik hits it. It's a good save on the rebound though. He sneaks it under the goalkeeper, and it's Jakob Bednarchik. First Rangers goal for him, good play. And that gets us our 10th goal in the tie on aggregate, 4-1 on the day. Sjarnan immediately looked to hit back. Whipped from way out in the byline. Fodringham catches it. And we have a chance to attack now for our 5th of the game if we can get up there. 10 minutes or so remaining. Fodringham out to Gilmore quickly. Jack, I've really got high hopes for that boy Gilmore. We're going to have a wee look at him actually after the game. He's been training well too. Finlayson's off to Morton, I think, on loan as a key player. So we'll see how he gets on with another season on loan. Burr-Jonas sweeps it for Odsonne Edouard, takes a nice touch. Looking for Rudden. It will break to Bednarchik. Hit it, son. No, square it. No, hit it. Oh well, there you go. Bednarchik with 2 in 2 minutes. Bednarchik goals for Rangers are like buses apparently. You wait so long for his first and there's his second immediately after, and that will actually get him man of the match. Zach Rudden's 2 goals only get him an 8.8. Bednarchik's get him a 9.3. Although there's time for a hat-trick yet in this one. Long it goes, away by Cardoso, Rudden on, Bednarchik out wide, can he whip a ball in? Run him. Nah, he goes inside immediately to Barjonas. Gallagher. And Jack, does he have a pass? Rossiter. Barjonas. I like the way the squad looks so far. Bednarchik, possible hat-trick for him, and it is. Excellent by the young man. Great ball through by Barjonas as well. Hat-trick for Bednarchik. Which, you know, we're looking for a boy who can step up and play on the right wing. He's doing well as a striker at the minute, Bednarchik. As Edward floats it in, Cardoso rises but away. Jack now back to Edward. Just hit it, son. It's a good challenge, and I think it is going to end 6-1 here, which makes it 12-1 on aggregate. Sjarnan possibly actually have a chance for their second of the game here. Nah, but with 15 seconds left, I assume it's going to end. Well, maybe not. Yeah, offside. Okay, doke. It's going to end 6-1. It's an excellent result, of course, in Europe once again. But we're not going to get too carried away with battering teams who are, as I've always been saying, you know, a bit of broken record now, vastly underestimated in this game. It's a possible challenge actually in the future to take on one of these vastly underestimated sides like a Maribor, like a Sjarnan. Let's see how we get on. Obviously a team like Lincoln Red Imps, rated really lowly in the game, probably somewhat reflects their real life talent, although I still don't think they would lose. What did we beat them, 16-0 in aggregate? Still don't think so. Or like a Partizan. In fact, Partizan losing 3-0 in Serbia to Rangers, I don't think so. So vastly underestimated teams, these guys. And all of a sudden our Queen of the South game has been pushed back. So there we go. It was promised on the 18th, or whenever it was going to be, but the Olympiakos game is on the 18th now in 6 days, and all of a sudden it was going to be Sjarnan and Queen of the South, but it is now a Champions League double header this episode. It is going to be Sjarnan and Olympiakos in the end up. Oh, and Cardoso has rejected a contract offer from Swansea City, which means he'll remain a Rangers player, at least for the foreseeable future. He still has 2 years left on his deal, and a whole host of clubs there interested. Maybe we'll try and tie him up, but we'll see how this window goes. He's actually been getting poorer every season. 7.25, 7.14, 7.01. Obviously had a good start to this season, but then so has everybody. So what, do we still see what the transfer fee was there? It could have been 15 million in the end up, that transfer fee, so a little disappointed we're not actually going to be raking in that money in truth. Dundee United wants Zach Rudden, please, as a key player. Rotation. Nah, I'm not going to let him go as a rotational option. Dominic Layden to Peterhead as a key player, fine, no problem with that. Ryan Hardy to St Mirren as a key player. Ryan Hardy is now 23 years of age. He needs an absolute breakout season down at St Mirren, although even then I still don't think he has much of a future here. He did get 13 goals for Dunfermline last season, so if he goes to St Mirren, who are in the Championship as well, if he goes to St Mirren and can bang in 20 plus, then maybe we'll take a look at him. But it is time for the quarter final of the League Cup to be drawn. So much happening in this episode. Hibernian will host Ayr United. Falkirk or Celtic will host Dundee United. Motherwell will host Forfar or St Johnstone, which leaves Rangers or Queen of the South to host Aberdeen or Partick. Birmingham have made an offer, possible 4.1 for Jordan Rosder. We're definitely going to look at this. Let's try 4 million. I don't care about per league appearance. I don't want to do after X amount of league appearances. I will, however, take 2.5 and a profit of 20%, which makes the whole deal 6.5 million. A fair price, I think. A player who, if you look at him, by the way, he still has pretty good stats there and still has a 3.5 star potential ability. He could still improve a little bit, I think. So he is still a good player. 6.5 million is a good fee for a good English player for an English team. They've come back, they wanted to be 4.5. I'm still no keen on that. Let's do 4. Let's do 6. Let's do flat 6 million. Yeah, they're going to take that. Okay, I think that's a pretty good deal, I think, for Roster, who hasn't really featured much. Cardoso in this one, let's just do away with all of this and tell them we want 15 million. That's what we were going to get in the end from Swansea. That's what I want from them. Nah. Locked in at 12.5. I'm not accepting that. Roster set for Birmingham. That was quick. He didn't take long to make his mind up. 6.5 million. Oh, sorry, £6 million. 4 million up front. 2 million over 2 12-monthly instalments, and a 30% profit on any sales that they make of him. Now let's see what he's worth at Birmingham now. I bet he's worth he's probably going to be worth about 12 million now. He's a Birmingham player. 875, not bad, not bad. He's a decent player, but I think we've done well there to get that for him. As goalkeeper Gordon Payton is moving to Alloa as a first team player. We look at wee Gordon there. He's a pretty decent player, potential 3.5 star ability, 17-year-old keeper. And I said we were going to look at Andy Gilmore, youth player whose stats are all on the rise, and he looks like a decent player. I think 17 years of age, potential 4 star. I'm going to give him a professional contract right now, £350 a week, 3-year deal, and Andy Gilmore will become a professional Rangers player. He will not, however, feature against Olympiakos in the upcoming game. Right, can we register Haksabanovic? We can indeed. Can we register anybody else? Can we register Ithami just because for shits and giggles? We can actually register Ithami for shits and giggles. Let's do that then. Why not? Haksabanovic and Ithami both registered, though I don't think Ithami will ever appear. Chris Pearce, wee regen coming in for a trial. We're still no above a trial. Good potential ability there on the youngster. No sure about him though. At right back, we'll have a little look and see what happens. He can train a little bit. I think training with the squad a little bit reveals more of his stats, but I'm not 100% sure about that. He might need to play friendlies, which obviously is not going to happen during his loan spell here. I'm getting all these updates about Zinchenko just now. Watch him go on to be a world-class player in the future. The Home Office has screwed us out of signing him. Although, as I said at the time, I was going to reject the deal anyway. I wanted Big Eric in, who the Home Office have screwed us out of signing as well. McCrory doing okay, Milanese not so much, Ross McCrory doing really poorly, Gordon Payton doing okay, Fopala doing okay as Livingston go down 3-2 to Queen of the South, but 1 goal for Fopala, who now takes his record. He's played 6 competitive games and scored 7 goals for Livingston, so he's doing very well down there. Mabudi not getting on so well at Hamilton, and Dominic Layden away to Peterhead. Does he have any future here? He's quite a quick boy actually, maybe. Technicals need a lot of work though. I doubt he's going to make it at Rangers. Determination only 6, so possibly not. Nah, I don't think he is. Crossing is only 6. He's fast, but that's pretty much it, and that can only get you so far. He could possibly be a player in the Premier League in future, but I think he's possibly going to end up going to a championship club or something and having to work his way up. Ryan Hardy is confirmed to go to St Mirren, this could possibly be his last season as a Rangers player, Ryan Hardy, because if he gets to 24 next summer and he's no looking like he's going to be playing any part here, we might as well punt him on. Finlayson away to Morton now. Hopefully he can have a good season. I think the coaches still rate Finlayson. He's actually looking pretty good now. He's pretty strong, he can jump a bit, good mentals, decent. Yeah, I think Danny Finlayson might end up coming on and doing well. Isaac Ahmed to Morton, absolutely no problem with that. I don't see a future for him whatsoever. As the Olympiakos game looms, Celtic Falkirk in the Cup. You'd imagine it'd be a Celtic away win there. Oh my, 3-2 Falkirk. Celtic are having a great start to the season, clearly. Who did they play? They played a couple of rotational players, but they were playing Griffiths, they were playing Bakali. Who's this? Tommy Caffrey, he's not exactly the best player that they have either. So they did play a rotational side, and in the end it was Cal Naismith, former Rangers man Cal Naismith, sunk them in the 92nd minute after Robert Thompson. In fact, look at that, Celtic were 2-0 up until the 82nd minute, and then it's a quick 10-minute treble for Falkirk to put them out. That's a hell of a result actually for Falkirk, particularly Robert Thompson coming off the bench for a man of the match performance, only coming on in the 62nd minute. Where's he come from? He was at Dundee United, then Brecon, Queen of the South, Falkirk, so he's travelled about a bit. Obviously a great game for him there, and that's us now. We need to win that cup. With Celtic out of it, we need to win it. Chris Pears obviously can't be registered because he's a trialist, as we're getting ready to go to Greece. Andy Gilmore turns professional. The tactical briefing reminder can be done. Cardoso is a target for Sampdoria, and David Bates is going to go to Ayr on loan as a key player. Ayr, who by the way are in the Premiership, so a full season for David Bates in the Premiership as a key player will do him the world of good. Borthwick Jackson I think might come in today, but Cataldi's not quite ready to come back into things. Let's clear this selection, and we need to pick our strongest team now for going out to Greece. Ian Fulton will be the goalkeeper, Sam Byram the right back, then it will be Cardoso and Murray Wallace as the centre backs. Borthwick Jackson will not be the left back, it will be Oliveira. In the middle of the pitch, John McGinn, who will go over that side. John McGinn will partner do you make it Ryan Jack or Jamie Burjonas? I'll make it Jamie Burjonas. On the right will be Michael O'Halloran. He's ready, isn't he? Yep, Michael O'Halloran's ready, although he lacks fitness. Liam Henderson will be the attacking midfielder. Obviously Akram Afif, the inside forward, who's wanted by Getafe and Oviedo. Cardoso wanted by a whole host of clubs. And the striker will be Morelos, of course, for this game. The bench will be Fodringham, Ivanildo Fernandez, Jordan Houston, Christian Gamboa, Dimitri Mitchell, Ryan Jack. Now it gets more difficult. Haksabanovic and Odsonne Edouard. Who wants Gallagher, interestingly? Kilmarnock want him on loan, yeah? No, they want to buy him. That's not going to happen. Bednarchek, Falkirk want to loan him. If they were to take him in the Premiership as a key player, I'd definitely let him go to Falkirk. But our focus now, of course, is on Greece and Olympiakos. Okay, so they're going with a 4-3-3 of sorts, a 4-2-1-2-1. They're playing a couple of decent players here actually. El Yunusi's not bad. Okaka, of course, up front, formerly of Watford and Roma, I think, Stefano Okaka. Tachisidis in here, 29-year-old Greek international, been around, played at Roma and Verona and Genoa, Torino, so they've got some decent players in this squad. It'll be interesting to see how we match up. Passionately, I'm just going to say come on, keep our run going. I'm not going to mention being underdogs or anything because I don't agree with that. I think we're fairly well matched teams. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to encourage the boys. Who knows, maybe I'll get bought crashing back down to earth here as we get smashed about 4-0, but I'm no sure. I think we can go out today and give them a game. As one of their holding midfielders is immediately in the book, and look at the possession. Look at this. Look at the stats. We're controlling it here, above 60%. We've had all 3 shots so far. Let's hope we can take advantage of that. It's forward for Okaka. He's going to hold it up pretty well, Okaka, but Burjonas nicks it. Cardoso finds Henderson. Now it's with McGinn out to the right. Yes, perfect Byram. Henderson, look, there's space there for McGinn. And Morelos is round the defence. Can he finish? He can. Alfredo Morelos, just over, well, just under, pardon me, 16 minutes. 1-0 Rangers in Greece, and hopefully group stage, here we come. And the money from that financially will be on a much more stable footing if we can get that Champions League money from being in the group stage proper. And Olympiakos, after half an hour, yet to register a shot, as Burjonas lining up this free kick. Stands it up, it's headed and it's in from Murray Wallace. Half an hour gone, Burjonas assists Murray Wallace, 2-0 Rangers. And I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but I'm really feeling we're getting that group stage now. We're obviously going to be 4th seeds. We could possibly even be the lowest ranked team in the competition, because obviously Rangers haven't appeared in European competition for God knows how many years at this point. probably well over 10 years at the point that we're at in the game now. But there you are, 2-0 after one half here in Greece, and we're battering them 8-0 in the shot count, 56% possession, and it has to be a passionate please team talk, doesn't it? Do we want to throw anybody in? Haksabanovic is coming on for Akram Afif. I want to see how the young winger does there. Haksabanovic, he is young, isn't he? I'm remembering that. Yeah, 21-year-old Montenegrin on loan from West Ham. Second bit of business we've done with West Ham. Obviously, a couple of seasons back we loaned out Derlis Gonzalez from them on the left hand side as well. And Byram with a throw. Let's make it 3-0 here, guys. Barjonas, Henderson. Good challenge though. It's broke to McGinn. Barjonas, lots of challenges flying in. Penalty given. Michael O'Halloran will step up to possibly make it 3-0 before the hour mark. And that'll be on 15 minutes, half an hour, and now 60 minutes that we score. O'Halloran, no, it's saved by Proto. That is not good. O'Halloran apparently wanting to come off, looking injured. We're going to bring on Jordan Houston as he continues his development as a winger. Still 0 shots registered by Olympiakos. I thought this was going to be a much tougher tie. I mean, I suppose it has in the sense we've only scored 2 goals rather than 6. It's out wide to Houston. Got an overlap from Byram. Chooses to go himself into the box. Houston then finds Byram. Whipped in. Easily away though. McGinn. Pressure still on here. Option in Oliveira. Come on, pick a cross here. Right, finish it. Jordan Houston. It's an excellent finish by Jordan Houston on the volley. I'm going to take Sam Byram off for Gamboa. I'm going to give Gamboa some minutes. We are 3-0 up in Greece. And again, I have to come back to the old tired point about teams being underrated in games like this. In real life, there's no way Rangers are going to Greece and smashing Olympiakos without Olympiakos even registering a shot. Nonetheless, let's carry on here. Fired forward, picked up by Maxime. It's forward, it's Cardoso though, so easy. Jordan Houston, run son, run. I want to see him play like a proper out and out winger, taking on his fullback. Oh, there he goes. Right, whip it son. Still going, whips it in. Oh, his final cross clearly needs work. Right into the arms of Proto, who, let's recall here, without Proto it's 4-0 for that Michael O'Halloran penalty, pardon me. Right, come on, don't let them get a consolation. Okaka holds it up, plays it back the way. I've got a horrible feeling this is going in behind for Okaka. Oh, he holds up the ball very well. Okaka plays it out for Pardo. There's a chance on Olympiakos. Maxim heads it across. Ian Fulton flaps a little bit if we're honest. And Alexandru Maxim has scored one back for Olympiakos. Their first shot of the game, and it's a goal. 16-1 shot count in our favour. That is crazy good. Morelos has a knock, but unfortunately we're out of subs, so he'll play out the rest of the game. Can he get a goal? Injury and all. McGinn now looks forward to him. Morelos holds it up. Oliveira's there as an option. Could play it in. Haksabanovic. Square. Morelos down in the chest. Tees up Haksabanovic, and it's a goal. Sead Haksabanovic with his first goal for Rangers. I think it was his, yeah, it is his first goal for Rangers. He's off the mark for Rangers now, Haksabanovic, and it was a nice assist from Morelos. I thought he was going to take it on himself, but it was a good laid back ball and a lovely finish from the winger there, or the inside forward. As Murray Wallace finds Jordan Houston for a possible late 5th goal here in Greece. Houston across Morelos now. Is there an overlap down on the right? Morelos loses it. Yeah, there's no overlap to recover it. It's over the top for Okaka. It's a good ball actually. Surely he's not going to have the angle though. Nah. Wasteful effort by Stefano Okaka, who's somehow operating on a 6.9 today. And with 2 seconds left, I think that's time. Ball thrown in, played into the box. Good strong challenge, cleared away, and it's over. It is Rangers 4, Olympiakos 1. And somehow I suspect we'll be playing in the group stage of the Champions League, and we'll get that lovely fat Champions League paycheck. Morelos out 2 to 3 days isn't the end of the world. O'Halloran out 1 to 2 days is even better, of course. McCrory, Robbie McCrory, the goalkeeper for Partick, doing very well as they beat Aberdeen. A 7.2 rating, and Partick's Marco Milanese with a 7.8 rating, so even better for Marco Milanese. How is he getting on in his training and development? A couple of things going up, not bad. He looks a decent defender now. I don't think probably he's going to be Rangers standard, but maybe we could punt him on to another Premiership club. Robbie McCrory as well, getting on okay. I think maybe he'll be a backup at best. Maybe after another year or two we can move on Fodringham and bring up Robbie McCrory. But that is going to be it for this episode. Obviously a very good one again. 10 goals scored, 2 conceded. The Sjarnan game you obviously expect to go and batter them, but it's nice to see some young boys doing well, particularly if we take a look at this, young Zach Rudden finally getting the 2 goals, and Bednarchuk getting his hat-trick there. He's a very raw player, Bednarchuk, but look at his key stats. Flair of 13, decisions 13, pace of 14, acceleration 13, could be better but it's not terrible, agility of 14 as well, good stamina 11, crossing 13, dribbling 13, finishing 13, technique 13, so he's got pretty good core stats. Now is he going to be able to track back and do a job? Not really, with tackling of 4 or marking of 5 or anything. Work rate's only 6, so maybe he's going to, maybe he's going to need to be carried a little bit, but he's only 21 years of age, so he can still improve a fair bit, and I think he's maybe going to be one of those players, maybe a little bit like O'Halloran actually, where you rely mostly on him to do a job just as a winger. If we actually make a comparison, compare him with Rangers' where is he? Michael O'Halloran. If we do a little comparison here of the actual attributes, if we look at in terms of key attributes, in terms of the pace here, O'Halloran's obviously quicker, he's got better balance, he's got better acceleration. O'Halloran as well. In terms of the technical though, crossing, it's actually Bednarchuk that's better than O'Halloran. Finishing, O'Halloran slightly better at 14, but Bednarchuk can catch up, he's only 21. First touch 11 O'Halloran, that can, Bednarchuk will get that relatively close to that. Passing, okay, Bednarchuk only has 8 and O'Halloran has 13. Marking and all that, O'Halloran is actually better at it, 7 for his tackling, 10 actually for his marking, which is pretty decent. Preferred foot for Bednarchuk is right, and it's right only for O'Halloran. I just see them as fairly similar players, of course. O'Halloran's better at most things at the moment, but Bednarchuk is still only 21 years of age. Hopefully he'll be somewhat of a late developer. Maybe if he gets up to 25, 26 and he's still coming along, I think he could be a good player in the future. Coaches only rate him at 3-star potential, but there's nothing wrong with a 3-star player, by the way, especially if he's only a substitute and he's not your starting man. Then obviously what is there to say about Olympiakos? Haksabanovic doing well, getting his first goal. He's a pretty good player, solid all-round player. Haksabanovic, the Montenegrin, he's picked up by West Ham for 2.7 million. He's had a couple of loan spells where he hasn't done that great, but it's nice for him to get off the mark. And then obviously just the overall scoreline of 4-1 to Rangers in that one. Jordan Houston doing well again. If we take a look at him, I mean, he is coming on, by the way. Only 20 years of age, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. He's going to start playing as a winger, and he has 3 for finishing, yet he's scored 4 goals in the opening 7 competitive games, so he's looking very good. In terms of his tackling and his marking, they're not that great actually to be a defensive player. In terms of his running and everything, 16 acceleration, 15 pace, 16 agility, good natural fitness. He's got 15 stamina as well, so he can keep running for days. 12 dribbling, 12 crossing, 11 first touch. So he's kind of similar to Bednarchuk in a way, but obviously far better defensively. So that's going to be it. I'm not going to blabber on for too much longer here. That was obviously a great episode in terms of the performances and everything, and the results. So next time out we're away at Falkirk, where of course Celtic have just lost at the Falkirk Stadium, so we're going to be playing them next time out in the league. And we're also going to be taking on Olympiakos again, and that'll obviously be at Ibrox, where we will see some of the younger players playing. I'm not going to go a completely rotational side, because it's not beyond the bounds of reason. They're a completely rotational side with the likes of young Gallagher and things like that. It's not beyond the bounds they could get beat 4-0. So I'm not going to go too nuts with it, but I will swap some of them out. Maybe we'll see the likes of Houston playing that game. Falkirk, well, of course, it's in the Premiership. It's going to be a full strength team. So that's going to be order of business for the next episode, it will be Falkirk and then Olympiakos. I hope to see you then. Hope you've enjoyed this one, of course, as well. If you have done, please drop down below and leave a like on the video. If you're wanting to follow the series, please, you can subscribe to the channel, of course. If you are someone at the moment who follows along with the series, maybe you just check the channel every day, you're not subscribed or anything like that, if you could click the subscriber button, it really would help out the channel. No meaning to beg or anything like that, but you know, YouTube are cracking down on smaller channels now. You know, I'm not one for putting obstructive adverts or anything like that over the videos, of course, guys. I'm not doing this to try and scrounge money or anything like that, but you know, YouTube have got a new thing about their monetization policy where you need at least 1,000 subscribers and stuff, so a lot of the support and things for smaller channels is kind of waning as YouTube sort of starts to get dominated by powerful corporations and stuff. But that's getting political, I'm not going to go that route just now. But yeah, so basically, if you could click the subscribe button as well, it would massively help out the channel if we can get those sub numbers up. But overall, I just want to thank you guys, as I always do, for watching. The support recently, actually, for the start of Season 4 has been really, really encouraging. So I just want to thank you guys for that, and say that I'll see you next time when we're taking on Falkirk and Olympiakos.